give recommendations, I'm not saying take yourself off your medicine. I'm saying add this to your regimen. You know, drink detox tea, not just green tea. Drink more than one herb tea so that you can get the full benefits of what God has to offer you through plants and minerals and vitamins. But that's enough of them. We're not on the actual talk of the day.
It's herbs and spices today.
It is herbs and spices today. And I like to, me, I'm a teacher. So every moment is a teachable moment.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So we had a wonderful time, and we're still enjoying it.
And that's good. That's good. That's why I said I know everybody is still probably, reminiscing or still at their family gatherings. So we did a short break, and we'll be back with our loved ones, But it's just awesome to hear that each one of us, to include our engineer, is changing and taking part in some of the different things that we would have once upon a time would have said, I'm not trying that,
Right.
So it's just good to hear our expansion, and the different things, and when we're able to come back and say, I learned, or I tried, or some may say I experimented with, or, just I tried.
And the reality is, however you do it, whatever you do is all right. I can't judge you or say, oh, well, you could do better. No, you could. Yes, you can, but you cannot. You're the person that has to make that decision.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. I am proud of you, and I commend you if you've changed one thing in your life. Just one thing in your life. Perhaps you started drinking juices, more vegetable juices as opposed to regular juice, water, fruit juices. Perhaps you've changed not eating meat, or broiling your meat, or grilling your meat. Just do one thing.
Yeah, one thing at a time. That's what we always say, one thing at a time. Because if you do a whole lot, then when you start having the change, you won't know what attributed to that positive. It's a positive change or a negative change. You won't really know what it was that actually attributed to that. So, but you know what? You hit on something, because in the information that we were going to share with our herbs and spices, we did talk about the shelf life for them. But we also want to talk about the difference between the conventional spices and why we try to gear towards the organic spices. Because the conventional spices, just like our fruits and vegetables, when we talk about our gardens, where do they come from? The spices come out of the garden. So if we said the gardens are being tainted in some places when they're not organic, then there's no way that our spices cannot be, because they're coming out of the garden. And again, we all know that everything is, to protect them, they're sprayed with the pesticides. So the conventional spices may have a longer shelf life for that reason, but for the longer shelf life, once you ingest them, which way are you swaying? Because of the longer shelf life, get the longer life for your money, or to get the organic, which does not have the chemicals and it's not tainted.
Right.
So which one is more healthy for you?
Yeah, that's the
So
organic.
that's the
It's the organic.
So that's
You have to get the organic, because even as you're going into the conventional, talking about it, because it was talking about how it does have that GMOs and different type of oxidated toxins in it. And people don't realize it, because, even like nowadays, how things are changing, you start eating your food and you're wondering why you're getting sick, and you're not really knowing, and the doctors really can't pinpoint what it is. But if you just start paying attention to what you're digesting into your body, you would know, because your body will react to certain things.
Yes, it will.
Because we are what we eat.
Yes, we are.
We are. Yes, we are.
And you'd be surprised how, if it's something that you shouldn't have, how your body will kick it out. Mm-hmm. It will kick it out in more ways than one. So it will let you know. But when we talked about, we've talked about the pesticides, we've talked about the chemically modified, but I'm not sure if we really talked about the MSG. when we were talking about the gardens. So even with the flavor enhancers, then I know I see it rapidly at Chinese restaurants all the time. No MSG, no MSG. And I used to say, okay,
So
just
what is
and
it,
not really think about it, just say okay until I was out to dinner with somebody and they actually said they were allergic to the MSG, and I was like, oh, okay. So now we really had to read the labels. But let me see, monosodium glutamate.
That's what
MSG.
MSG.
A common flavor enhancer that, according to most that have researched it, is a silent killer because it cancer. Cancer.
And it's funny because Asian people have used that for eons.
Yes, and that's what I'm
But
saying.
now check this out. But they do not have cancer rampant in their country.
Ooh. So were they using it in their country, or were they not using it until they got here, adding the MSG?
I don't know.
Okay.
That may be a question I need to ask.
Yeah, so that's something we'll have to look up, because if they weren't using it till they got here, because we've already shared the story about our soil. So we know their soil is probably different. Our soil has been depleted of the minerals and everything that it has. So I'm wondering if that's something that they had to start doing once they got here. So
Google
good question. So question on the floor. So let me put the number out again if anybody knows that answer. Our hotline studio number 240-455-5934, or if anyone's listening or watching by way of live stream, elifemedia.net, or any one of our Facebook pages, Charlene Browning, Rosa J. Hodge, Tiffany Daniel. Please, if you know the answer, come on, bring it, all right? Yes. So if you've got it already, then bring it. Because it did say we got it right here. Look, let me just keep reading, right? Contains, let me see, like conventional food found in supermarkets, many of the spices were found on the shelves are treated with chemicals, contain GMOs, and radiation. Virtually all conventional spices sold in the United States are fumigated with hazardous chemicals that are banned in Europe. So if they're banned in Europe, then what does that say for China or Japan also? So I'm like, why, U.S., why? Why are we doing such things?
Because we want to make money in America. Remember, this is a capitalistic country. So the longer my foods can stay on the marketplace, the more money I'll make.
So the land of the brave and the free. So that means you have the freedom to say, do, or whatever you want to me and my food.
Something like that.
I'm like, yeah.
Let's not ask why. Just know not to do.
We have to be conscientious of what we consume.
I need me a bigger screen. Hey guys, let me use you. It's good to see you because this one is not functioning at all.
Well, it's a big pretty screen.
I can only get on there.
It's a big pretty screen.
My sister over here, she rocking and rolling.
All right.
The brother over here, he rocking and rolling. Up there, they rocking and rolling. But right here, it's a one-man show, and I'm the only person on the
So anyway, getting back to herbs and spices.
We're going to do some technical training for the next show. So we'll have our smart TV all lined up for you and me, right? We'll get it together.
But it's all right. We're a team.
No. Yeah, so we'll have it all lined up for our next show.
Good.
All right.
It's all good. But just something to laugh about.
Okay. Yeah. That was our little break.
It's all about fun. Let's laugh. It's
okay.
Life is right. Give me some more information.
All right.
You were asking a question.
I was going to say, so what is iridation? Iridation, what is that?
Radiation.
Okay, but it talks about it a lot more on the, as far as killing bacteria and stuff like that. So, and it also talks about the decreased levels of enzymes. So
it's almost like chemotherapy to your food. Just like they do to our bodies for treatment of cancer. Then it's chemo to your food, to the plant.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't want to go to that change. They don't want to make that change, but really,
you won't miss it.
You really need to go ahead. It's really,
You don't miss it if you know.
especially once you get your taste buds together, because some people are used to that sugar, or whatever it is. Because they like my mom. I talk about her all the time because I be trying to change.
Make sure mom listen to this episode.
I be talking about her all the time. It's like this weekend, I had made the macaroni. I had did the.
You did another dish.
I did another dish.
All right.
And they still. The family just sitting there, they was like, we can't get into that. We can't do it,
So what? But you used vegan cheese too.
I use vegan cheese and I use gluten-free noodles. And I
Perhaps
use
it's
different
something
spices.
you use different spices this time.
Yeah, use different spices,
Wow.
and I also use the vegetarian butter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still, they was like, cause the cheese doesn't melt like regular cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So. And I kept it in there for a long time to make sure it was melt. And they still was like, we want our other macaroni and cheese back.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, fine.
Charlene, is this picking you up yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I know with the appearance, that's normally the first thing.
Oh yeah.
It's just like so, the vegan cheese is white. That's the first thing,
Well,
so.
They have cheddar too.
You found the cheddar.
Yellow.
You found
Yeah,
the
they
yellow.
have a yellow one too.
Okay. And
I
then
use both of them.
doesn't get the consistency.
Well, let me ask you this: are you trying to actually turn your family into vegans?
No, I just wanted them to try my dishes.
Okay. Well, look, let me give you a suggestion. You know how we say, do not change everything at once?
I didn't.
Yes, you did. You
No,
gave
I-
them
no.
gluten-free
No.
noodles.
My stuff was gluten free.
Oh.
Whatever everybody else bought, it wasn't.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. I just
No,
wanted to
but
try
see,
the
that's the
dishes.
whole thing that I'm saying.
I think
Perhaps instead of making totally vegan macaroni and cheese, do a little bit at a time. So you turn them on to the taste, one ingredient, the gluten-free noodles. Once they get used to the gluten-free noodles, then you add or you mix your gluten-free cheese, your vegan cheese, with a packet of the regular cheese. And just like you do babies, every time you cook it, you use less of the other thing.
I don't think that's gonna go.
You don't
You don't think that's gonna
the
work?
regular cheese and the
What?
gluten free because it's the way
The recipe.
it's made. It's the way it's made, and it's a little bit harder. It's not as thin as regular cheese.
Well, see, it does work. I'm gonna tell you
tried
why.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does work.
Okay.
It gives you your macaroni and cheese the consistency that it's used to, but it gives you also the additive of having meat cheese. But it still mixes the same way. It's still, if you cook it the same way, if you use the cheese, that means that you didn't use eggs in yours.
No egg.
Yeah. And see, the eggs is what gets it
That
going.
consistency.
But they do have powdered eggs for vegans. And perhaps you should use that. And you mix that with a little water, and then it'll give you the consistency of the custard.
Okay.
So going outside of the recipe a little bit, just some
Right.
add-ons.
Right.
Add-ons.
We black folks. Come on now.
Okay.
We like food. We like food that tastes good, look good, smell good. So there are things that the vegan people have created that will give you the same kind of consistency as a custard. And you know whose book? Longevity sells a book on gluten-free cooking.
Yeah. No.
And in there, she has an excellent mac and cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
But it was two things, because her mac and cheese wasn't just gluten-free.
It was vegan.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Vegans have made, there's another thing that you can add to vegan cooking that will give you the consistency. Is it cornstarch? It's, I can't
We'll
remember.
have to invite the chef back, because
Right.
they had two different kinds over here, didn't they?
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
wasn't, it
One
wasn't.
was with
it was
almond
vegan.
milk.
Right, and it was amazing. My only cry with them is that they don't use gluten-free noodles.
Yeah, so since
they
she had
use
the
vegan,
noodles,
right.
what else did they have in
And perhaps
it?
they'll
have to
share their
yes,
recipe, or at least share with
exactly.
their ingredients.
Okay.
And we're talking about Everlasting Life, where
That's
where our
we're-
show is being
we are.
broadcast from,
Mhm.
and their mac and cheese is unbelievable.
Mm.
And this I've known.
I don't think is it gluten free?
No, it's
I
not.
didn't think
gluten
so.
free.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
didn't
a
think
vegan
so.
mac.
But he did
and
make
cheese.
the one. I
No.
thought the almond
One was
mhm.
almond, but no,
Mhm.
it was still